WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something from Australia, Starward Left-Field. Ooh, interesting. So I paid €34.90 for this. This is £35 in UK. Outside of Europe, I have not been able to find anyone else who has written, commented, or even had this bottle. If I go to the Starward website in Australia, no mention whatsoever of that. So I'm a little bit confused about what is the target market for this. Is Europe basically a pilot project? Who knows? So this is a single malt from Australia from the Starward Distillery, and it was actually matured in ex-Australian red wine casks made out of French oak. Yay! And some of these French oak ex-Australian red wine casks were re-charred. So the casks come mainly from the Barossa and the Yarra Valleys, and the Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Pinot Noir casks. So one person actually wrote online, and I thought it was such a great comment, I'm going to actually repeat it myself. For him, Starward is the McMurra, the Swedish distillery, of Down Under, because there's so much experimentation going on at Starward, so much new things, and the pushing the envelope, pushing the boundaries each and every time. And the thing is like left field, all right? If you know baseball, out in left field, something totally unexpected. All right, so very, very good. Whiskey base number 175627. Before I start here, I actually have something to compare it with. Ta-da! Ta-da! I hope I didn't forget. This is Starward Fortis. This is in Australia. This is batch 2, this is 50%, and this was matured in red wine casks. If I taste this, I get cherry lollipop. I smell it, I taste it, cherry lollipop. I like the Fortis a lot. Over here, it's a little bit different. But before I go on, I want to actually read something that's on this bottle, which I thought was fabulous. I don't say that often. All right, so it says here, conformist, read down. So I'm going to read down here. So zoom in so you can actually see this. I can't, there you go. So pause it and read it yourself, going one time down and then going one time up. All right, so it says conformists, read down. Enjoy the aromas and flavors when drinking this single malt. Follow the rules, do not mix with anything. The bold, read up. So mix with anything. Do not follow the rules. When drinking this single malt, enjoy the aromas and flavors. I love those little word games that they're doing there. All right, so it's matured in Melbourne's unique climate, aged in French oak red wine barrels, bright tropical fruit flavors with a delicious, delicate finish. I'm not sure about the delicate. There's a lot of white pepper in there, people. And at Starward, we make whiskey differently when we push the boundaries and challenge the status quo. Creativity flows and great ideas come from left field. Exactly, I totally agree there. What's missing on the label is natural color. Probably 40% is not non-chilled filtered, but I would like to see natural color on here, if I may ask to have one thing. All right, a contract with the customer, as Ralphie always says. On the nose, I do get a nice red currant, a very dry red currant. Little berry currants. I get a tiny little bit of sweetness, and what I'm missing is the French oak. So French oak is for me dark chocolate, mocha, even a little bit, even going into the espresso moment. Real French oak has a certain amount of that tannins, and it really shows through. Now, if only some of these red wine casks were re-charred, maybe they were not enough for me to recognize it, at least on the no while nosing. All right, so on the nose. A little bit there. Over here, the Fortis, bam! It just pops out, and it's cherry lollipop, very, very good. So the owner of the distillery, his name is, I always forget, David Vitale. He actually had this distillery first out at an airport hangar, and he showed extreme temperature changes, and then he moved down to the harbor of Melbourne. A lot more tourists, a lot more people, footfall, a lot more cocktails, a lot more young people, a lot better place to have your distillery at the heart of the Melbourne tourism scene instead of way out there in the airport where no one can find you. Great, great decision, great idea doing it that way. All right, very, very good. Let's try them. 40%, 50%, price 35 euros, 70 euros. So I'm paying double the price, at least over here in Europe, for 10% more ABV. And I'm going to say 50% more flavor, at least on the nose. Cheers. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on in here. I have some contrasts. I have a sweet moment at the beginning, and then it turns almost tart, almost a little bit of acidity. I have um, what did I have? I had some I forgot what it. I had this in I had the sweet and I had more the sour. Oh, I had the smooth oiliness, and at the end I have a pepper sharpness. And going down, it's like a stream or a river or a road going right down between the two of them. I have this red tart berry moment. It's unique. It is very unique, and it's not balanced at all. The things are all fighting each other, trying to get the command over my taste buds, and no one actually wins. Um, I think I like it. I'm not sure if I like it. Might like it. It's one of those things where I'm not really, really sure what's going on here. All right, let's try again. Let's put a tiny little, I'm going to put 2 drops of water in here. 1, 2. Give it a second. Going back here to my Fortis. I like my Fortis a lot. I hope you see the bottle. It did get a little bit sweeter. That acidity, the tartness has dissipated a bit. Mhm. Even the palate, it's gotten the a little bit of that bite. It's gone. Tiny little bit of water does this whiskey good. I'm going to do something that does this whiskey even more good, and that's going to be the following. I'm going to drink the Fortis and then come back to this without cleansing my palate, which shows me what I want and what I didn't get. Maybe I just can't get it for 35 euros. Maybe this is the perfect whiskey for cocktails, for mixing, for everything else. But for drinking, the Fortis is absolutely right up my alley. Cheers. Mm. I like this a lot, but I would get very bored very quickly. It's very, very two-dimensional. Maybe 3, but it's very lollipop, cheap cherry lollipop, which I like. And now instead of rinsing my mouth, I'm just going to take the left field from Starward. Mm. It really pushes it up and makes it a little bit better. Still got the heat towards the end. This is a solid C. I thought about giving a C minus, sorry, C plus, but the heat at the end, just the unbalancedness of this whiskey is something that I just cannot commend and say great. This is one of the whiskeys I told everyone that I've talked to so far. Go to a whiskey fair when we're allowed to again after a year and a half of not being able to go, and go to a stand and say, "Hey, Starward, a Left-Field, give me a dram." Try it and go, "Oh, that's not bad," or "Nah, not my thing." It's going to be one of those take it or leave it type of whiskeys. For the value for money, it's still a solid C. I can give it a C plus. I might want to give it actually a C minus for 35 euros. I can get 2 great bottles of Wild Turkey 101 over here for that price. For the one price of this. Yes, they're in both opposite ends of the world for me, but still, the value profile, the value for money for a Wild Turkey 101 is so much better. It's good. It's not bad. It's different. It's out there in left field a little bit, exactly where they want to be. And they're doing great stuff. I like Starward's motto. I like their ethos. I like their ethics. I like their marketing. I like their product range. And I'm looking forward to more stuff coming over here to Europe, all the way from Australia in the future. What is your favorite Australian whiskey? Is it something from Starward? Is it something from maybe Tasmania? Is it something maybe from someplace else in Australia that you've had the chance to try? That would really, really interest me. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell others, maybe even share this video on social media someplace and let other people know about this crazy guy over here in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys, things you might not ever see. Oh well. All the best. Bye-bye.